YouTube, how are you doing? And welcome back to Phasmophobia. Today we are back with another weekly challenge, and this week we are doing my very favorite challenge in the entire game. The devs have challenged us for a no evidence challenge, which is as I said, my favorite challenge. I think it's the coolest way to play the game. The fact that it is possible in the first place is just a perfect showcase of how well crafted this game is. It allows you to use all of the knowledge you've learned over all your hours playing this game, and it also is extremely educational. If you don't know how to do this stuff, I can show you all of this, and it teaches you basically everything about every single ghost. So that's what we're going to be doing. These ghosts really don't want to help out, but we're sure you're up to the task. Now we have to do this on Grafton, which is actually a great map for this, so it's going to be a fun time. I hope you join me. If you're not subscribed, please do so. If you like the video, like it. If you dislike it, dislike it. But let's not waste any more time. Let's hop into the game. Let's go. Alrighty, here we are. We got David Harris. Sacha, thank you for the 4 gift subs. We actually, wait a minute. Is this correct? What I was expecting here, I mean, I guess we get all the evidence items still, but they're not gonna give us the evidence. What I expected here is that they actually would have not given us any evidence items at all, because that's never been possible before, because you always will get the starter items, but it doesn't really matter because you can't get any evidence. So the way this is going to work, we do have the sanity chart. I'm glad about that. Is that we can use the evidence items in some very specific situations. It is useful to use them, such as the EMF, just to find the ghost in the first place, because the EMF is great at finding the ghost, and the video camera to check for mimic orbs, because orbs for mimic are the only evidence that is going to show up during a no evidence challenge, because it's technically not considered evidence. Yeah, the fact that you can play Scottish One, thank you for the 5 gifts. What the hell are you guys doing? The fact that you can play this game without using the main game mechanic of collecting evidence, the fact that all the ghosts are so unique and so well crafted that that is still possible is just so amazing to me. I mean, it's probably the reason I can play this game just for countless hours on end without ever getting bored of it. Also, we have a mirror, which is really nice, because it's so well made. And this also allows people to test no evidence and to learn no evidence with no risk whatsoever, because unlike previously where we had a no evidence, no sanity run, this one is just regular no evidence. We got a ghost up in the stairs. Okay, I'm gonna quickly take a pill because I just lowered my sanity by like 40 sanity. Because there's no risk involved. If you die, you don't lose anything, so this is a great time to test your no evidence skills and just learn it. And in general, no evidence, I think I'm just gonna take 2 pills to set myself up to 100. In general, no evidence is a great way to test, or is a great thing to learn, because at the moment, with the current custom difficulty, you can make by far the most money by doing no evidence challenges. So no evidence is a great thing to learn if you want to get some grinding done before they reset the levels. Now, if the ghost's up here, which I'm assuming it is because of the mirror, then there is no fingerprints, or it's fingerprints, no orbs, I should say. Also, it threw the plate on the ground. Let's just drop everything here. We didn't turn on the breaker yet. Let me quickly check over here. We got the breaker right in this room. Hopefully we do. We do not. That means it's all the way downstairs. Do we have multiple cursed items? We do not. Or at least not this one. Hello, ghost. Now, I don't know what other settings they have. Like if it's amateur activity, or if it's nightmare activity, because that does really matter. Or like if you get a lot of activity, you can usually rule out shade, but if they have activity set to high, that might not be the case. Like shade might still be possible. But anyway, we're gonna start with the basics. What do you do on a no evidence challenge? How do you even begin discovering what ghost you're dealing with? Because they're not gonna give any evidence. So if you're very used to just running in with all the evidence items, that's not gonna work right now. So what do? You kind of have to rule them out one at a time. You start with a simple ghost, and then eventually you get into hunting range, and you start with the hunting ghost. I would say usually salt and a motion sensor and a paramic is a great way to start. Salt will rule out wraith, which is really obvious. Paramic is mostly because it'll take a while to rule out ghosts that require the paramic, such as the banshee, and I guess to a certain degree the myling as well. It'll take a really long time before you can oh, get a door touch. Hi there. The door's opening. Before you can get the required evidence, or because for example, if you don't know, the banshee has a special scream that only the banshee can do. It's gonna be over here. But it's only a 30% chance every time the ghost decides to talk through the paramic, which means that if you start on that super late, you might be waiting for like 20 minutes on the Banshee alone to figure out if it's a Banshee. So that's why I usually bring in the paramic early, so I can start testing that really soon. And it's just something to do, right? Because you can't like focus on evidence. You gotta have other stuff you do in the meantime. Let's place this over here, and then we're gonna place salt right in a line in front of it. Now, this should eventually just be triggered by the ghost. Can you give us a sign? Hello, ghost. Is anyone here? Pretty chill ghost. It could actually be a shade, who knows? Maybe it's over here now. I see a 2.4 on the paramic permanently. What is this? What? Is it broken? Did I break the paramic? What the hell was that? That was weird. What was that? 2.4. It's gone now. Okay. Now a lot of the evidence, or a lot of the stuff you have to do during a no evidence run, also relies on the ghost. Obviously, if you have a super quiet ghost that doesn't do anything, it's gonna be hard to rule out certain ghosts. Like a phantom. If you never get a ghost event, you can't rule out the phantom. Now, another thing, next step I usually like to do is set up the Onryo test, which also can take a little bit of time. For the Onryo test, you need a crucifix, you need a candle, and a lighter, obviously. You bring all of these three into the ghost room. Now, besides doing an Onryo test, this also helps you for protecting yourself. But the way the Onryo works is that basically, the candle will count as a crucifix for the Onryo, which means that if I place a candle on top of a crucifix, it will first blow out the candle before it starts using up the crucifix. Oh, it used the salt, by the way, so we can rule out our first ghost, which is the Wraith. So if you see the crucifix be used on top or below a candle that is still lit, you know for sure that it can never be an Onryo, because the Onryo couldn't do that. Because this room's so big, I'm gonna take 2 crucifixes in there. 2 crucifixes with the candle on top. Because this crucifix won't stop anyone. We put both of those in there. Now, we already have the salt, so the salt's kind of completely pointless at this from this point onwards. You don't need anything else, really. I wouldn't... The spirit box, writing book, dots is completely useless. The UV light is completely useless, doesn't do anything. The only evidences that are useful are the EMF and the video cam. Alright, we're gonna take this, and we're gonna take a smudge stick, because we might be in there for a little while. Actually, you know what? Since our sanity is still so high, I'm gonna take a thermo, just in case the ghost starts moving around. The thermo can be really good, because usually, I personally use evidence to, like, find out if the ghost roamed. But in this case, you can't do that, because there's no evidence. So you're gonna have to be creative about it, and, well, I guess not very creative. Using the thermo is pretty basic, but yeah, using the thermo to figure out if the ghost moved is gonna be important now. Alright, we have 2 crucifixes set up. I'm just gonna place this here, place that there. We got 2 crucifixes. This is like covering like 60% of the room. The room is pretty freaking large. Let's see, are you still here? What temperature is it here? It is 10 degrees, which means it might... I hope that they said roaming to be... Oh. I think I threw this. Did just throw that. Interesting. Can you give us a sign? This actually feels like the first ghost is gonna be a shade, which is insanely funny. Can you talk to me? Can you give us a sign? Can you do something? What we could do if we want to tunnel vision on shade. We got sanity pills, right? I could tunnel vision on shade. Doing radio? Thought I heard a radio. We can check our sanity right now, which is gonna be what? Our sanity is, because every ghost has some kind of special ability that you can use to figure it out. So in this case, we're at 75. If we use the mirror twice, it's gonna drop our sanity by 40%. I think that's actually perfect. That might work out perfectly. I'm gonna need a candle though. Yeah, because I'm gonna need... Should be fine. Just depends on if I'm above. So the shade can only hunt below 35% sanity. So if I were to be between 35 and 50 and I don't get any hunts, then we know, bada bing, bada boom, we're dealing with a we're dealing with a shade. Let's see, what's my sanity right now? I used it twice, which every time you flip up the mirror, it'll use instantly 20% sanity. So my sanity is, it might be too low. I don't know. It's like, it's showing you like a random range of sanity, so I'm not exactly sure. Because it's sometimes going below it. We'll just roll with it and see if we get a hunt. I'm just like tunnel visioning because it basically wasn't doing anything, so. And also, if we are lower sanity, that means the ghost is gonna be more active now, hopefully. Can you give us a sign? Can you do something? What's your name, actually? Your name is David. David, can you give us a sign? Can you do something? It blew out the candle, and it blew out that candle, so that's... Ah! Alright, well, we can definitely hunt. What? It sounded so weird. I'm just using my audio right now. Hello, hello, hello! Hello, hello! Hello, hello, hello! Hello, hello! Is it a yokai? So yokais will not find you from, well, they won't find you from far away when you're talking. That could actually be a yokai. So it's somehow, and it can't be, it shouldn't be able to be, wait a minute. Oh, I can't pause this game. This is weird as hell. It just hunted right here, didn't it? Which is right on top of 2 crucifixes? How the fuck did it do that? I don't understand. Definitely, unless the game is bugged, it is impossible to be a shade because a shade is unable to hunt in the same room as you. I have for the longest time held strong that this is still bugged because I've had shades hunt in the room with me, but I'm gonna say that it's not a shade, and if it does end up being a shade, I can just say, CJ! It's broken! So we're gonna roll with that. So it's not a shade in this case. It also wasn't fast in any way, so it wasn't a Revenant, wasn't a Dio. Could actually be a Moroi. It sounded kind of weird. It's not a Raichu. Actually? No, I don't think it was a Raichu. It wasn't the Thay, it wasn't the twins. We need to get you to follow us. You know what? I'm gonna grab a smudge. Because at this point, I just kind of want to be chased during a hunt. It is not hunting very much. It's definitely not a demon. A demon would be unable to, because a demon, the crucifix is twice, or is a lot more effective against a demon because it has a wider range. So the fact that it hunted so close to the crucifixes makes it impossible to be a demon. You give us a sign. Also, probably not an Onryo, because the candle, like, I don't think that could be possibly be an Onryo. How else would it dodge the candles? Can you give us a sign? What's going on with you? Maybe it is a shade. After all, maybe I was just bamboozled. Can you give us a sign? Are you still here? You cannot still be here. It is impossible. You have to leave, which means, actually, I think it left. I think it probably left, which means it's not a Goryo. Because Goryos are the... Because Goryos are the only ghosts that are unable to ever change Ghost Room. Can you give us a sign? It was being extremely weird. Oh, God. That's a ghost event. No! You broke the lights, you son of a sack of shit! Okay, well, it could be Mare, maybe. Okay, I would have loved to take the photo there, because that could have ruled out... probably not a phantom anyway. I need to see it during a hunt. I need you to, like, do anything at all. I mean, I know you just did a ghost event, but, like, come on, dude. Can you get... It's definitely not an Oni, because the Oni cannot do that ghost event you just saw. It did it twice back to back? Excuse me? What the fuck is happening? This is some weirdo shit, man. I mean, we're ruling out the ghost slowly. Oh! Perfect. It's also not a phantom because we just took a photo. Beautiful. You're leaving. I'm gonna light these. You have the lights on downstairs. This is one weirdo ghost, huh? There go. My sanity is at 0 right now. Okay. Oh, there we go. So use the crucifix underneath a candle that is turned on, which means it's also not an Onryo. So there you go. We're ruling them out. I should really be holding. Oh, God. What the fuck? This is crazy. I don't even see the ghost. Where's my... this? Is it in that room? This is weird. Alright, give us a sign. Do something. Now, there's many hiding spots on this map, by the way. You can hide behind that chair. You can hide behind the little crib in the nursery. I mean, those are the main two spots that I go to. You can even hide behind the bookcase downstairs, underneath the stairs. Even if it's supposedly blocked or like not available, it still works. And you give us a sign. This is an extremely weird ghost. This is like, if you get ghosts like this, you're gonna have the purest no evidence challenge, I guess, because you're gonna have to work real hard for your money. Some ghosts are gonna be extremely obvious. Some ghosts are gonna be like this, which I actually like. This is why I love no evidence, because you never know what you're gonna get. And it's like a puzzle. You really feel clever when you figure it out. And you give us a sign. It's fucking super weird, man. How is it not hunting? It is not hunting at all. I'm at 0 sanity. Am I at 0 sanity? Is it a shade? Is it a broken shade? That's not hunting because it's in my room? I'm at 0% sanity this whole time. What the fuck? What is going on, dude? Maybe it's a no. Even an aged Thay should be able to hunt by this point. You give us a sign. It's not using the crucifixes either. Let's just get the crucifixes out of here. Because we already know. Oh, let's turn that on. That off. You give us a sign. Pull out the candle. Don't really care about that. I'm scanning for some audio on the pair mic, also for the objective, which doesn't really matter, but I want it anyway. Ghost, could you give us a sign? I would love to hear, by the way, if you're playing this challenge yourself. I love how we've been doing that basically every week. Share your own experience with this challenge in the comments down below. I love reading how it went for you. Some people are like, dude, this was the easiest challenge of all time, because they got like 3, I don't know, Dios in a row. And then other people are like, oh my god, this was absolutely impossible. Absolutely impossible because I got like 3 Ures in a row. Also, what the fuck, dude? You give us a sign? It blew out another candle. It actually might be a shade. The fact that it's not hunting. You know what could happen? Is that the ghost... Oh. Okay, it is looping. I'm gonna die here. It's not a poltergeist. I'm looking for Obake. It looked like an Obake. What the fuck is going on? What the hell was that, dude? Okay, we just smudged the ghost at like 20, 30 on this timer. What? Did it just get stuck walking into this window? Did you see that? This is weird as hell. Okay, so it was speeding up, so it's not a Hantu. It is probably not an Obake because we didn't see it swap at all. It's definitely not a poltergeist because that table was left completely intact, which is not what a poltergeist would ever do. It's also not a Moroi because my sanity at 0 should make it super fast. Definitely not a mimic because we had no orbs. Right? No orbs still? Could move. I should check for... I should take a pill. 25. And then just pop the mirror open and close it immediately. And then see... see if it's still in the same room. That's not the same room. Where the fuck is that? Wait, what? That's that room! That's that bedroom. Okay, so that means we can also rule out Goryo. Okay. It's in the bedroom now. I'm just gonna take a pill just because I can. It doesn't really matter. This is one of the hardest. It seems like the ghosts or the devs were like, oh, we're gonna make it a little tougher. I don't know what the settings are. Like, I don't know what weird settings they got concocted for us, but it was a bit strange. But we should rule out the yokai here, or at least try to. Let me turn on these lights. Light it up. So it's in this room now. It's in this room. I think that's where those boxes are. It is still not hunting. It's been 2 minutes. But this ghost has never hunted. Yeah, this is the boxes. This ghost has never hunted at all, really. So I guess that's not really a tell. You got a mimic without orbs? I mean, we have this ghost room, right? We just checked for ghost room, which means we can check for orbs again. It is definitely not orbs, unless it's being an insane bullshit ghost. Kelsey, thank you for the 10 gift subs. Thank you. Okay. It's still not hunting, and a spirit would start hunting in 10 seconds. I don't know if we can just say spirit. I mean, it feels kind of like a wild card. It feels weird, man. You give us a sign. You scream at me. You be a banshee or something. I would like to check for yokai. I'm gonna do in that room. Okay. I'm gonna check for... Definitely not a myling. Hello? Hello, hello, hello? Okay, it's probably not a yokai. I might die here. So it's almost certainly not a yokai. Okay. Oh no. Am I gonna die here? It's also not a djinn, right? So it hunted at... We smudged it again at 24 on this timer here. But we can do another spirit check here. It might just be a spirit. I mean, that's, I guess, kind of what you're gonna get. A spirit, I don't know. Maybe there's something to spirits? Because almost all the time, if I have a spirit and no evidence, it is one wild, wacky ghost like this. Like, they never just act like normal ghosts. Right. So, potentially, what did I say? 24:15 or something? 24:10 on the timer is when we smudged it, so we need to keep an eye out on that. I hope this ghost just hunts earlier this time, so we could rule that out. We should also be able to rule out djinn fairly easily. And then Yurei would just... Yurei is... There's 3 ghosts that are extremely hard. I guess 4 ghosts that are relatively hard on no evidence. The Banshee, the Mare, the Yurei, and the Goryo. Goryo is completely reliant on if you get a ghost that roams. And if you have a Goryo, you're never going to get it to roam. So making sure that it's a Goryo is always going to be insanely hard. Yurei, the only way you can figure out if it's a Yurei is if it does its ability, which is extremely rare. So that's going to be a tough one. Banshee, you're completely reliant on the ghost doing its scream, or you can get it to roam. Oh, Jesus. It has done a lot of singing ghost events. And then for Mare, you are looking for it to turn on a light. You give us a sign? I should stop this now. So, a normal ghost could hunt already. Can you give us a sign? Oh, footsteps. Can you do something? We want it to hunt, because then we can rule out spirit. But I don't know. I feel like this ghost has been so passive that we can't really say that it's a spirit. Anyway. I'm like genuinely... Oh, no, it can't be it. I touched that door. We really need more screams or more whispers on the paramount so we can rule out the Banshee. This could just be, like, this is gonna be probably an educated guess kind of situation. Where I could very much be wrong, but that's the thing with no evidence. There's a certain, like, subset of ghosts that require basically... Oh, it's doing... That require basically infinite time to be sure that it's that ghost. I would say those are Yurei, Banshee, and sometimes Mare. Those 3 ghosts require almost an infinite amount of time to rule them out. Because you're gonna need lots of screams, you're gonna have to turn on lots of lights. It's doing so many damn ghost events, though. And it's still not hunting. A spirit could hunt right now again. I think it's gotta be a spirit. Unless this is the most passive ghost of all time at 0 sanity, it's gotta be a spirit. So I'm gonna get the hell out of here. We didn't see it speed up earlier, right? We should quickly do... a Jinn test, because that would be extremely shameful if we don't get the Jinn. Could you just hunt me? Oh, what the fuck? What the hell? That was instant break. Okay, it's not a Jinn. That was really fucking weird. Oh no. What the hell? Okay, anyway, we hid, so it's not a Jinn either because it didn't speed up. The breaker's still on. Well, if the breaker's off, the ghost turned it off, so then it also can't be a Jinn. So this is like, we have to go with Spirit. This is like a forced choice. We have to choose this because it's been aligning with Spirit this whole time. So if you don't know, the spirits will be disabled after a smudge stick for 3 minutes, and any other ghost will be disabled for only 1.5 minutes. Now, keep in mind that the smudge timer only starts as soon as you hit it with a smudge stick, and not like after the hunt or something. It immediately starts, so you need to keep kind of like a timer going at the same time. But yeah, that was almost certainly a spirit, or it's one of these ghosts not acting like themselves. Like the banshee, it could be a banshee, but then why didn't it hunt during the 3 minutes twice? We got 2 minutes, so we have to go with spirit here. I would say I'm like 70% sure. I would say actually 60, like 30% banshee, and then 10% shared between Mirror and Ure. But this is just the way it's got to be sometimes. There you go. So we did get it correct. I was like, it could have very much, I could have loaded out here, and I could have seen something else here, and I would have not been surprised. But that shows you how fucking wild the spirit can be. What a crazy ghost. Favorite room changes, 6 favorite room changes. What the fuck? 8 events, no hunts, basically. It was not hunting at all, which was actually wild. Like, I don't know what was going on with the ghost. It was doing really weird stuff. But anyway, that was a spirit. That's gonna happen to you if you get a spirit. You get some weird ghost that basically acts like everything. We're just gonna hop in again. It is on Grafton, right? Yeah, it's all on Grafton. So that's the first of 3. It's probably gonna be, that's probably gonna be the hardest one, but who knows? Maybe we're gonna get more hard challenges. Let's see. We have Judy Lee. Hi, Judy. Just need to find the ghost. Oh my god, it's foggy and my game is frozen. Help me. Sir Blaze, thank you for the 500 biddies. Thank you. Welcome to the stream. Okay, is it Mirror again? It is Mirror again. It seems like Mirror is the cursed item this week, which I think is actually really nice. There's a saw. Oh, it's in the attic? What are these shitty-ass ghost rooms, dude? Dude, those are some of the worst ghost rooms, and I guess living room would be worse. But man, that's some shitty, that's some poo-poo ass. Alright, we're gonna bring this out there, I guess. Quickly look for Orbeez. Because that room is massive. I mean, it's just there's not very much in that room, which is kind of annoying. Just show me orbs immediately and give me a freebie. Imagine. Can you give us a sign? Oh, it threw something immediately. It's throwing caulk around. Also, there's a mannequin up there, in case you've never seen it. Okay, so it's definitely not a mimic. Let's rule that out immediately. No mimic. No breaker over here, which is unfortunate. Let's really go turn on the breaker. It's downstairs in one of the 2 locations. It seems like there's always mirror in this weekly. At least I've had it twice in a row, which could be a coincidence. Who knows? I would always start with turning on the breaker. Oh my god, it's always in the last spot you check. That's how it works. Because when you find it, you stop looking. Am I using the fancy camera? What do you mean? Oh, it's for Mimic. The video cam still works for Mimic, even if it's no evidence. So keep that in mind. Okay, so breaker's on. That's going to be useful for Jinn. It's going to be useful to figure out if it's a Jinn or Hantu based on it turning off the breaker. Like, if it never turns off the breaker, it could be a Jinn. If it turns off the breaker a lot, it's potentially... Well, I have an EMF here. It's potentially a Jinn, because Jinns cannot turn off the breaker. They are unable to. The only situation in which a Jinn can turn off a breaker is if there's way too many lights on, and the djinn turns on another light. There's like a fail-safe of amount of lights for performance reasons. If there's too many lights on, the breaker will go off. So if you have all the lights on and then the ghost turns on a light, the breaker will go off without you turning it off. So keep that in mind. That's a very specific situation where a djinn could turn off the breaker. But it has happened to me in the past, so yeah, I'm just telling you, just so you know. We're gonna bring out this. You know the drill. This is the way to go. Skydive, thank you for the 20 or for the 12 months, 1 year. Just give me a scream. I love the scream, the banshee scream. It's amazing. Can I place this here? Yes. You gave us a sign. It was throwing stuff before. I was like, yes, we got an active ghost. Let's go. I threw the wrench as well, and there's very little in this room, so that's... It's immediately walking in the salt. Now, Wraith. Okay, well, that's what I wanted to see. Now we go bring the crucifix and the candle for the Onryo test. Yeah, but because no evidence is such a toss-up. Sometimes you get super hard runs, sometimes you get incredibly easy runs. The easy runs don't feel cheated. Like, it feels like you earned those easy runs by fighting for the hard runs. Like, obviously, you could play no evidence by lowering your using the mirror, getting a cursed hunt, listening for footsteps. If you don't hear fast, slow, or etc. footsteps, and you can't immediately rule out the ghost, you just leave. That's how you could do it. I'm not saying that's... I mean, I am saying that's a wrong way to do a no evidence challenge, but... because I think it's extremely cheap to... Like, for this, if you want to grind, absolutely go for it. If you want to do, like, as many ghosts as possible really quickly, that's the way you got to do it. But if you want to learn no evidence and actually like, it's not in the spirit of the weekly, in my opinion. Like, the spirit of this weekly is that you just hop in the mission, and then you beat the mission. If you... Like, if you get it wrong, but you tried your best, that is just totally acceptable, and it happens all the time to me as well, even though I've played this game for 2,000 hours. But I would challenge you to actually try this weekly, and not go like, I can't figure it out. I've ruled out 3 ghosts. Let's just leave and try another one. Because I couldn't instantly figure this out. Like, that's the whole point of the challenge. The whole point of the challenge is to challenge yourself to be able to figure out whatever ghost you get based off no evidence. Because trust me, almost all this time, it is possible. Like, there's like a 15% chance that you get a run that is borderline impossible. But almost all other situations, you get a ghost that you can rule out. Sometimes it could take a while, though. But anyway, here we go. We got 2 candles, 2 crucifixes set up for Onryo over here. And you give us a sign. I'm gonna put this over here in case I have to... Ooh. Turning on. Interesting. I'm leaving really quickly to see what my sanity is like. Just to know when that ghost event happened. That taught us quite a bit of information right there. No Oni for sure. That's the start. But it could also tell us no shade if our sanity was high enough. Which it definitely wasn't. Excuse me? Sanity be looking bad. I'm actually gonna hold on to a candle now. Oh, I might be below 50 already. This is it's already such a different ghost. That's actually a lot of sanity loss from one ghost event, but I mean, I guess I also used a mirror twice and only took 1 pill. You give us a sign. Then you do something. Oh, it blew out the candle. Blew out both the candles. Suspicious. Onryo incoming. If it hunts from... Actually, I should have this. Just... touched the normal... It did the normal door. Okay. Jeebus. Not a phantom. It's blowing out candles non-stop. This is dangerous. Very dangerous. If I get a hunt from there and it's a fast ghost, I'm gonna be destroyed. It's walking over here, though. That's good. Can you give us a sign? It is blowing out the candles non-stop, not hunting. Could very much be an Onryo. Oh, it just used the candle. The candle was off, remember? More ghost events? It's going crazy mode, man. So that's we can't rule out the Onryo with that. We can probably rule out Shade with that, though. We can definitely rule out Shade. I mean, this ghost is going crazy mode. You give us a sign. And you use the crucifix again. There's like a 20-second... I think 20 to 25-second cooldown after it uses the crucifix. So it can't hunt immediately again. Okay, well, we got it to use the crucifix under a candle. So it is, in fact, not an Onryo, albeit it felt like it. You give us a sign. Snarky Suis, thank you for the 17. Alright, I just want more screams. Well, I think we didn't even get a single one yet. We got one. Give me another. Give me a sign, please. Yeah, it's very active. Way more active than the last ghost. But that doesn't mean it... Oh, it turned off the breaker! Let's go another Jinn. Okay. Jinns cannot turn off the breaker, remember? Give us a sign. Wait a minute. Yeah, because all these lights are still on as well. That's also how you can check if it was a real breaker turn off or a ghost doing like an extra light switch and turning off the breaker that way. If there's too many lights on, all the lights will turn off and then the breaker will turn off. So if you then turn on the breaker again, no lights will be turned on. But in this case, we can see that this light switch is still up, which means the breaker got turned off. Jesus, this ghost is fucking crazy. I'm going. Oh, there we go. It's kind of weirdly quiet. What? What, did you hear those footsteps? It's a Raichu? What the fuck was that? It's fast. Is there any equipment over here? It was weird. It was fast as hell. I don't know what the hell was it? I need to do this again. Oh, it probably used another. Did the ghost be going weirdo mode? I'm gonna move these out of here. Move them to this room because I really don't want it to hunt from this room. And I love that you can now see where the range of the crucifix is. Such a neat feature. Okay, a little weird. Give us a sign, come on. I think this is a hunting ghost. I think this is a ghost we can... I don't know why you guys are having trouble with the stream. I didn't drop a single frame, must be Twitch being weird. Polter? Why do you guys think Polter? I thought I heard footsteps. Like really fast footsteps. Oh, it didn't fucking turn off the breaker again. It felt like a Hantu to a certain degree. And this might be Hantu mode. Because it was like fast all of a sudden, but then it was slow again. Well, not necessarily slow, but like... I don't know, it felt like it was changing speed. It was throwing a lot when it was coming for me. Yeah, we could test that as well. We could just loop it around this table. You know what? I could set up a... extra smudge. We smudged it. We should also have taken note of the smudge timer. Evian, thank you for the 5. We should also have... Oh, wait, we didn't smudge it at all. We didn't smudge it. Never mind. Hey, Heck Zombie, what's up? We didn't smudge it yet. What did I just do? Okay. Come on, ghost. Murder me. Try me. What was my sanity, by the way? It was probably low when I got hunted. I just want to get another hunt, because I have a feeling this is some weirdo shit. There's some shenanigans. I smell shenanigans. Hello? Thank you, Evian. Come on, ghost. Come on, come on. Hello? Can you do something? I had 0 sanity. What the fuck? Nothing is happening. It's the weirdest ghost of all time. Dude, at least we're having to work for it. Oh god. Did it teleport to me? It's a Hantu. Okay. That's what I thought it was, but now we know. Okay. So you see how it's not speeding up? That's because it's a Hantu. Hantu's... it could also be a Thay. It could also be a Thay. So we kind of have to check if it's speeding up and slowing down. Oh, fuck. Let's turn off the breaker. It's probably a Hantu, but let's turn off the breaker to see if it speeds up again. Because... the Thay will never speed up. It'll only slow down over time. So if we turn off the breaker, we're gonna have... What the fuck is with this? If you look through this, the whole world despawns. What is this? Never seen that before. Hantu at slowest speed is basically like a Dio. I mean, a Dio is by far the slowest ghost. Like, nothing can get as slow as a Dio when it's close to you. But, Hantu is also very slow. Yeah, can you do something? I think it just roamed to this location. We kind of needed to get colder first before we start. Before we do another hunt. There's a lot of ghosts you can figure out during the hunt. That's one of the major ways you can play this game. And I think that is the most useful most of the time. Because most of the time you don't have to do no evidence. I mean, obviously, you can just do normal games like Nightmare or Insanity or Professional or whatever. And then you'll get some evidence, but then you can also at the same time use your knowledge of no evidence runs to help you figure out some ghosts that like hunt like a demon hunting instantly, or some ghost being super fast or whatever. It can help you to rule those out without even needing the evidence. It's hunting. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. That's all Hantu right there. Jesus. Okay. You saw how much faster it was that time? Or you heard how much faster it was that time than before? That's because Hantu. There we go. Alrighty, nice. Very good. That was a much easier challenge. We still did the basics. I would always recommend you start with like testing for raid, doing some basic setup. Obviously, you could immediately hop into a hunt, which is a fine way to do a no evidence challenge, but it's gonna make it harder to test some other ghosts that require you to have a certain sanity. So yeah, there you go. That was a Hantu. Hantu doesn't actually have an ability, so it's not gonna say abilities. It changed favorite room twice. 4 events, 3 hunts. Way easier than that previous hunt. That only took us... it's still 16 minutes. That felt way shorter than the previous one. But anyway, that was a nice game. It also turned off the breaker a few times, which is another ability of the Hantu, is that it turns off the breaker more than other ghosts. And it can never turn it on, by the way. The Hantu cannot turn on the breaker, ever. So if you get the ghost to turn on the breaker, you know instantly that it is not a Hantu. But any other ghost can turn on the breaker. I had some people comment on my video like, I had something really strange happen. I had a mare turn, or not a mare. No, that I can see that argument, because the mare... no, the mare would want the breaker to be on. But it was like, I had a Urei turned on a breaker. I couldn't find anything on the wiki about Urei turning on the breaker. Isn't that insane? And I was just reading the comment like, what? What do you mean? What's the question? I don't understand. Like, no. There's every ghost can turn on the breaker. The only ghost that can't is Hantu. I just didn't understand it. I think it was one of those situations where I read the comment and then immediately got distracted by something else, so I never answered the question. So they'll forever not know. Like, obviously there's not going to be something on the wiki about that, because it's just it's like I got EMF 2 off of Poltergeist. Is that even possible? And then you look on the wiki, I don't see anywhere that the Poltergeist can give EMF 2. Like, obviously they can. Obviously. Anyway, the breaker's upstairs. Like, it doesn't have to be said. It's clear. Gimme. Okay, it's over here. There. Breaker on. Hopefully not gonna turn off the breaker too many times, because that's an annoying place to get the breaker. Obviously, I didn't comment on it, but we heard the ghost down there. Probably in the twin bedroom, I think. Something like that. Which is finally a more decent ghost room, rather than, like, living room, upstairs bullshit. This is also an extremely annoying room, this, like, 3-room combo here. I mean, I actually, now that I think about it, Grafton has more bad rooms than good rooms. It's like, it's littered with just annoying ghost rooms. Aha, we have this. It's throwing this around, so it's in this room. Alrighty, so we have the ghost. We're just gonna grab a... Always start with the video cam, because if you know where the ghost is... I could have used the mirror, but if you know where the... I guess I'll use the mirror real quick to confirm. Yes, okay. It is there. Just quickly confirm it. And then we take a pill right here. Boom. I wonder if the map... I don't think the map that you get the challenge on is random, because then we're gonna get, like, no evidence on high school and everyone would cry. We're gonna do this, we're gonna do this and this. I wonder why they picked Grafton. I think Grafton is a great map, but I feel like for no evidence, like a classic no evidence, teaching it to people, like, because that's kind of the goal of this challenge, right? Is to teach anyone to do a no evidence challenge. It would have been better to do it on a map that everyone's familiar with, so you don't get any confusing situations. Like, it would have been, I think Tanglewood would have been the best idea for a no evidence. And the no evidence, no sanity should have been on this map, because I think this map is great for no sanity. I think this is my go-to no sanity map, because it works beautifully because of all the nice hiding spots. Why did it rotate right before I place it? Is it touching this door? Touching this door. That's annoying. See? Oh. It is non-stop touching that door. We have to see if it moved ghost room. I mean, I got sanity pills. I might as well use them for this. My camera was in the room, so it is indeed that room. Okay. But it's still the same room. It's just touching stuff out there. I don't know why. Take this. We're back to normal. Take the... Or Onryo. This is a great room for Onryo test, by the way. Hopefully, it'll work out. Vitico, thank you for the 10, and a Brewer, thank you for the 3. Yeah, I really love that door. Hello there, ghost. You give us a sign. You do something. Let's grab your mic. We're gonna get a Banshee one of these days, man. I think no evidence is genuinely the best way to grind right now. Like, if you... I mean, maybe not in terms of time. Like, playing on a big map with a group of people, I feel like is still gonna be, like, an insane strat for getting money fast. Because the big maps just give you so much money for even getting the ghost correct. You get such a payout. Like, if you do Nightmare on Sunny Meadows, you're gonna get so much money. Yeah, it's probably not... Oh, it turned off the... It blew out the candle. That's first blowout. We need to count them. You give us a sign. Finally, give me a scream. I am going to upload more Sunless CAA, sir. I'm currently extremely obsessed with Shadows of Doubt, which if you haven't already checked out the Shadows of Doubt series, do it right now. It's probably one of the best games I've ever played. Oh, definitely one of the best games I've ever played, but like one of my favorite games of all time. It's insane how well designed that game is. Who whispers back to back to back to back? That could be a Myling. That was like insanely close together. Where to find the series? It's on YouTube. Just type it in your search bar. Gonna be trying to upload a video a day. Probably not gonna be able to do that because I do record all the videos off stream. I want to do a stream of Shadows of Doubt, but first I want them to fix the Twitch integration so we can do a Twitch city. Dude, imagine every one of you guys' name in the game. That would be so fun. Some mods starting to kill each other. That would be amazing. They're working on a fix. I hope they fix it within a week. That would be so good. But yeah, I'm playing a lot. It's just a lot of fun to play. Yeah, it has Twitch integration. It's just not working right now. It uses the version of Twitch or the version of Twitch that was online until literally the 2nd of last month. So they were cruising. They were doing totally fine. But then all of a sudden Twitch changed. I mean, they announced it many months ago, so they should have known, but anyway, it's fine. Yeah, I highly recommend playing and or watching Shadows of Doubt. It's super fun. It turned off a light, by the way. It should do. It is doing lots of stuff. It's doing footsteps. Can you give us a sign? Is it still in there? It is still in there. It's like a very... almost feels like a Twins with how far it is touching stuff. I mean, I guess this is not that far, but like relatively. You give us a sign. Normal door touch, no Yurei business. Yurei is very tricky. I was kind of hoping we might get a Yurei, and then we get the ability as well, because the Yurei is one of those very tricky ghosts. Oh, what the fuck? I don't. I didn't have a photo cam. It was right there. I ran past it like an idiot. Okay, well that's a ghost event. Can you do something? You give us a sign. I need to drop this somewhere else. I need to drop both of these somewhere else. That's the 3rd blowout. Ah! I was like, was that a ghost event? You didn't touch me, nice. Okay, this is doing weirdo shit. It's not an Oni, it's definitely not a shade. Holy shit. It's probably not an Onryo because it didn't hunt after the 3rd candle. For the Onryo, there's a... Are you fucking kidding me? My guy. Chill out. Calm down, brother. Also, I rule out Wraith. Yes, I did. I didn't take the... Let me see. What's my sanity like? What's the trail of smoke? It's a regular ghost event. Normal ghost event. So we are in perfect range for like figuring out a mare or something. We could keep our sanity at this a little bit using like a candle or something. Stepping on the motion sensor. Yes, thank you for the 2 months. These were 3 amazing runs for no evidence. Like 3 actual investigations rather than just... This feels like a twin for sure. I mean, this is doing some twin-o shit right here. Being extremely strange. So then we would not... I mean, we could just get a hunt. Can you give us a sign? Can you do something? We're walking in there still. You see how it's still in that ghost room? But it's just constantly doing stuff far away from it. Yeah, it gives you the screen. Hit a footstep. Can you do something? Can you give us a sign? Long out candles out here, huh? Mariska, thank you for the 17, and Jack, thank you for the 5, and Namthor with the prime. Thank you guys. Okay, it's doing all kinds of stuff. Can you give us a sign? I want to get that. We've already gotten 2 whispers, right? My rule of thumb. What the hell? It's fucking crazy right now. What is going on, brother? Excuse me, was that a Twitch interaction? I have to check. My rule of thumb is that if you get 4 normal whispers on the paramic, you can basically rule out a banshee. That was wild. Maybe it's a poltergeist. Who knows? It's going crazy mode all of a sudden. There's a lot of activity. What the fuck? Yeah, interesting. You give us a sign. Oh, take a photo. And before just Phantom, after all that. 3rd whisper, 1 more, and it's over for me, or over for you, I should say. Should light this candle. Do something. Give us a sign. This is weird, man. So no Phantom. 3 screams. Can you do something? These ghost events are so far apart. I mean, maybe this is to become the ghost room now. But even then. Give me 1 more whisper. 1 more whisper, please. Do something. At this point, I'm okay with the hunt. Just hunt me. Because I have a feeling this is going to be twins. And twins you can figure out during a hunt. You can figure out twins outside of a hunt too, but... Give me a sign. It's over there again. Do something. Use the crucifix, please. You know what? What the hell? I'm using the board or using the mirror to figure out if it's still in the same ghost room. It's still in the same ghost room, and we dropped our sanity a bit. Oh. What the hell, dude? I'm trying to bait it over here. Fuck. Could be Goreo potential. Another whisper. That's 4 whispers total. Which means, in my book, that I can now rule out Banshee, and then if it is still a Banshee, I can just blame the devs. That's my rule of thumb. If you get 4 whispers, and it still ends up being a Banshee, you can just blame the devs. Also, it just blew out the candle and then immediately used a crucifix. Excuse me? What? You give me a sign. Yeah, no more paramic required. Beautiful room. Can you give us a sign? Do something? Turn off the light. Just regular turn off the light. Blow out the candle. Did hunt already. What if it's just gonna be a freaking Onryo after all of this madness? It is blowing out candles left and right. Can you do something? Are you okay? Oh! There. Wait, did the same thing again! Are you kidding me? Is this actually just an Onryo? Are you kidding me? What? My brother. Did the exact same thing. It blew out the candle and then used the crucifix. What the fuck? How did it do it so perfectly though? That's crazy. Well, we're gonna need another one. You could always just have the candles on and then see if it hunts. Did it turn off the brake? Did it turn off the brake? It didn't. It blew out the candle again. There we go. So we lost. I'm just gonna sit here. Okay, there we go. Finally, that's such a coincidence. Holy shit, the fact that it's not an Onryo is crazy. Okay, the candle was on. It still used a crucifix, so there we go. Probably not. Also extremely angry. Oh, that's because it's a photo. I can't take that one. All right. Oh, I can't take it now. I don't really care. Come on. On me now. Here we go. Smiling? That does make sense. It's smiling. What the hell? Okay, yep. All right, well, there you go. That's actually interesting. I don't think I've ever gone on the... I almost figured out a Myling using its whisper ability. We got so many whispers. We got 2 whispers back to back, and then 2 whispers pretty quickly after that. And then, as you heard right there, basically no footsteps until it was right on us. So yeah, there you go. Myling, interesting ghost. Also during a hunt, but also outside of a hunt. That's why I like doing it this way. So you don't just get the hunting abilities, but you also get a little bit of... You get a little bit of both worlds. You get a little bit of their abilities outside of a hunt, and a little bit of their abilities during a hunt. And there you go. That is another Myling. That gives us... Man, that leveled me up like crazy. I said we were never going to reach 16,000, but it just kind of depends on how slow the devs are going to be with the update. There you go. That was a 3,000 bucks. Now, that was a well-earned challenge. That was fun. I think that was actually potentially... It took longer, I think, than the no evidence, no sanity challenge, because most of the time during no evidence, no sanity, you're going to instantly figure out ghosts that are special during hunts. But I just really like when I have a no evidence challenge, just to take it slow, to really dissect the ghost ability and like do a normal investigation rather than just abuse the fact that most ghosts can be figured out during a hunt. I'm not saying that's not a valid way to play. It totally is. I just like it personally to really like dig into an actual investigation. So yeah, there you go. That was 3 ghosts in no evidence. Let me know how it went for you. I hope you enjoyed. I love no evidence. If you're not subscribed, please do so. If you like the video, like it. If you dislike it, dislike it. And if you want to join I love the gamers here in chat, you can join us over at twitch.tv/Sinsym or click the link in the description down below. And if you haven't already checked out Shadows of Doubt, do it right now. Check it out. I promise you're gonna enjoy the videos. Anyway, bye-bye, guys. Have a good one.